Miss Tulsi Gabbard. She is an interesting person. Now, to be honest, and when I say we, a lot of people, a lot of the political commentators that I watch, a lot of people saw this coming. Okay. A lot of people saw the signs years ago. So this is not too much of a surprise as some people might have been surprised about. So when I heard the announcement or, start seeing some videos about it, to be honest, I thought she was switching to a Republican. So I already, and this is, me being a human being, I'm already coming up with my own narrative without even hearing the full story. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to watch it because, once again, I thought she was going to just be straight to change the D into an R. And especially when she's always on Fox News, I'm like, oh my gosh, she going to make that switch. She going to be, but I mean, she's still kind of talking some garbage to a lot of Democrats, like all Democrats, which is like, that's ridiculous. But let's go ahead. Let me clear my throat. All right, so this is Tulsi Gabbard on the Joe Rogan show, and I watched all of it. Okay, for everybody who keeps saying, "Oh, bro, you gotta watch all of it." Bro, you gotta watch. What do you think? You think I'm just like watching 2 minutes or something and just going from there? No, I'm watching the whole entire 2 hours. Like usually it's 45 minutes to 2 hours of interview. I am listening to the whole thing. Trust me, and 9 times out of 10 it's still bullshit. I don't understand. Like, everyone thinks that if you listen to the last 2 minutes of a 2-hour interview, it's going to enlighten you. No, it is usually some bullshit. But nevertheless, I clipped more so the important key conversations they had, and they had a lot. And I only can do this for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. I don't want to be here on Twitch for hours at a time. I still got work to do. You know what I'm saying? I still got a job. I still got kids and a wife to attend to. So I'm just going to break it down to some of the key conversations I feel that is essential and you can get some valuable information from. So let's go ahead, and here is the face he is making. It's funny.
An objective perspective based on multiple sources of information. It's like, it's such a bizarre system that we have, and it's so easy to rig.
Yeah.
Because there's only 2 parties, and both parties are controlled by these gigantic special interest groups.
Gigantic special interest groups, corporate.
So please understand, Joe Rogan said it best. Both parties. He literally said both parties, and I understand why she's, pointing out the left so much, but I wish she would make it more broad and say both these parties is garbage. But I mean, let's go ahead and listen for yourself.
For-profit media, big tech, and then the powers in both parties. And that's where I'm glad you used the word rigged, because it's an important word, and usually when you use it, people aren't thinking of it in the way that we're talking about. It's what I experienced during that campaign, is that collusion between those very, very powerful entities to decide, before voters even get a chance to be exposed to different candidates to choose from, they decide, all right, here's the people that we're going to, we think will be all right. We think they're going to play the game, and we'll promote them. We'll say nice things about them, maybe throw in a tough question here or there just to not blow our cover. But these are the people that we want voters to choose from. And these other people are the ones that we're going to try to either just slide into the darkness and hope nobody notices them. Or if people are noticing them, we're going to do everything that we can to smear them and undermine their credibility, so that when they do speak, you get that kind of reaction from.
So I 100%, 1,000,000%, 1,000,000,000% understand and agree with her. I don't hate Tulsi. Could she be a scumbag politician? Very possible. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe she's salty that I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But a broken clock is correct twice a day. You know what I'm saying? Like a broken clock is correct twice a day. So right now, what she is saying is correct. If on either side, the powers at the top, they will decide who is going to be the runner-ups. And if they don't like someone, hence, Bernie Sanders. Okay, hence, Bernie the Burn Sanders. If he's talking about, you know, taking money out of politics and giving the power back to the people, and we're going to be giving the money back to the people because the people are the ones who drive this country. No, they don't want that. They want people who are going to side with them, who's going to continue to pursue and push their interests. And they don't want nobody else to be a contender against what they're trying to, you know, fulfill that they feel is right, which is, you know, keeping power to themselves and creating a country that they see is fit for them. And that's Republicans and Democrats. How many times do I got to say it? This is going to be that one idiot in this comments, in this video. It's going to be that one idiot who doesn't watch this video long enough and going to be like, oh, you don't understand. You're just some dumb left. I guarantee it. Left and right are responsible for doing this exact same thing. How do you think an idiot like Donald Trump got into power? Doesn't know anything about politics, barely knows anything about his own dealings. If you've been paying attention, he's just all over the place, but he was president of this whole United States, of the whole America. Are you kidding me? But not Bernie Sanders, someone who's actually been walking the walk and talking the talk since MLK was walking around. Are you kidding me? That's crazy. So yeah, she is 100% right. This issue is on the left and the right. Come on now.
Berenson.
Is there any courting of you by the Republican Party?
Not that I know of.
You have no interest?
No. I mean, look, the Republican Party, I mean, what is the Republican Party today? You know, I've got Republican friends who don't like to be associated with each other because they're in different factions of the Republican Party. I think that, you know, when you look at the two, I think there's potential there for that party. That's the Republican Party is kind of turned more towards populism and actually fighting for working people. It's a
fighting for working people. Give me some legislation or anything that is hinting for more for just regular American people. And I'm not talking about rich folks. I'm talking about regular middle class to poor folks. Give me an idea that any of these Republican politicians have for 80% of the American people. I haven't heard any. And this is an honest question because I can't watch every single video. I can't watch and listen to every politician. Like I said, I got my own life. But from what I heard, I haven't heard anything. And if I do hear something that is solid and it doesn't sound like they're just trying to sell me, apples and bananas. I don't know if that's a thing, but I will vote for them. Like I said, I'm not married to no party. The only thing I'm married to is God and my wife. You know what I'm saying? Anything else, I'm not married to. I don't care about this person believes. Just what is going to help regular folks, and do they have a track record of always pursuing those kind of ideas? Not just, all of a sudden it's a Monday, now they want to talk about Medicare for all, like some of these crooked Democrats. You know what I'm saying? I want a politician, left or right, who has the history and the backing and the resume that backs up what they want to do for the American people. I don't care what spectacle, what fancy things you're trying to sell me now. I'm gonna look in your past and see what you voted on, what you didn't vote on, and how you walked and how you spoke before you became a politician, because that right there is the real person. And like I say, the best one I could think of is Bernie Sanders. Like I say, before, he was literally marching with Martin Luther King, literally marching with him. So when it comes to that aspect, what more can you ask for? You know what I'm saying? He probably could have gave a speech at the Million Man March speech. Like the dude was there. You know what I'm saying? What other politician has that kind of track record? I don't know.
You look at a recent vote that was taken, on the issue of foreign policy and war and peace. The Republican Party had, I think it was 50 members of Congress voted against that massive multi-billion-dollar funding package for Ukraine, and have been saying, hey, we shouldn't be waging this proxy war against Russia, or at least we need to have a debate or accountability. 0 Democrats voted against that. So you look at, the Democratic Party that used to have people who, protested the Vietnam War and others. Now, I mean, the Democratic Party leadership is very strongly within the grips of the military-industrial complex.
And Republicans are not. I mean, let's be honest. Like, Donald Trump literally almost got... People were literally scared when they heard planes fly over. Like, that's not a joke. I'm talking about regular folks. Like, we were like, hey, some shit is about to go down. Like, the way this dude talking, China about to come over here right now and just whoop on everybody. Like, people were literally scared. And it seemed like it, it seemed like it was like a every other week type of thing. Like, what other country is this nigga gonna get upset at and talk a lot of crazy stuff and start a war? You know what I'm saying? And how much of our taxpayer money went into the military budget? And I'm talking about billions of dollars they put into it when Donald Trump was in power. So you want to talk about a military industrial complex? Like, this is both parties. Be honest with yourself. This is both parties. If they would invest a fraction of that in some of these broken down, unstable communities, that would make such a major difference. A major difference. But no, they keep pumping billions and billions and billions of dollars into a military that's already number 1 in the world. Like, damn, what more do you want? But then the military, the people, the powers who are in control will continue to kind of stir up some things so they can have a reason to get more. Get more. If there's no wars, if there's no problems, there's going to be no need for these people to be in power. It's going to be no need to keep pumping billions of dollars into the military. So guess what? They got to scare some folks. Oh, China got a nuclear bomb. Oh, Russia's about to. Oh, so we need to make sure we're the number 1 army. Give us more money. Like, bro. And one more time, I'm going to repeat this. And if one person in my comment section say anything about me being, I'm going to say some words that I'm going to have to pray about later.
Advocating for more war, and you have more Republicans, and I think even Trump. This was Trump's instinct when he ran for president and he was president, was like, hey, we shouldn't be going and being the policeman of the world. We shouldn't be going around the world and starting all these wars. I think the problem with him was he surrounded himself with people who held a diametrically opposed view. Mike Pompeo, Nikki Haley, John Bolton, people who never saw a war they didn't like and advocated for. So there's movement. There's movement happening within the Democratic Party. Leadership is going crazy. I think the Republican Party is, I don't know. I think they're trying to figure out what they're doing.
Because the only thing that makes sense is politically they would do that because that would help them.
And they're talking about
in terms of an election.
Transgender.
Why else would they do that?
There are
that
polls that have been done that show not only a majority of Americans disagree with this, but also a majority of Democrats disagree with this. And so why they're doing it, they're catering to those ideological zealots within the Democratic Party and trying to placate them in their radical policies and their extremes, rather than actually standing up and saying, you know what, no, this is science, this is biology, and this is what's right. And oh, by the way, it's
okay. Now this right here, listen up. I'm gonna switch this up real quick. This is a big one right here. I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. All right, look me in the face. All right, look me in the face. I do not. Okay, listen here. I do not agree with that. I understand that if a man wants to be called a woman, wants to dress like a woman, act like a woman, feel like a woman, hey, all power to you. Do your thing. Make sure you do it best, if anything. If a woman wants to be a man, once again, I don't care. Do your thug dizzle. As long as you happy, go for it. When it comes to parents and their kids, unfortunately, that's none of your business how people parent their kids. Now, there is, parents abusing their kids, and that's a whole length of conversation. But I mean, no, you don't want the government telling you how to run your household. So don't think that you're going to run into somebody else's household and run that. But most important, I do not agree, or I do agree that your DNA is what makes you who you biologically is. Like, that's really simple. Like, if your DNA, if the X is the X, it's that's who you are. Now, once again, I will respect you. I will love you. I will treat you like my brother. I will treat you like my sister. I want to fight for you. You gonna fight for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna invite you to the birthday party. I hope you invite me to yours. We good. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes down to biology and science, and unless it changes, because science can change. Science is not factual. It can change once more research, more investigating from people who actually do this for a living. But until then, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So let's get back. I just got to make sure I say that for the people who I know is going to be in my comment section talking all crazy. Don't do that. You ain't got to do that.
also, it would also be politically beneficial given where the vast majority of Democrats and Americans are on this.
But it's just wild that no one's pushing back.
Yep.
It's really wild, especially no one in the Democratic Party. They seem like they're captive by the furthest left.
Yeah, it's true.
And that doesn't make any sense to me.
That's
because
true.
if the majority of Democrats, and I agree with that, the majority of people that I know that are on the left don't think it's fair, why are they doing it then? Because that seems like that would be an unpopular position. Not just an unpopular position, but horribly unpopular for people that have daughters that compete in sports.
And you can say that exact same thing. And I wish, I would give Tulsi Gabbard so much credit if she was like the left and the right, because the furthest right of the right kind of dictate and control how things go. Just look at Donald Trump, and if you don't say that he is still the president, he's going to talk about you. The core of those, crazy ones are going to call you out. They're gonna, just exile you from the party. You know what I'm saying? Look at John McCain. When he didn't talk bad about Obama, when that crazy white lady was like, oh, he's an Arab or he's something. And John McCain, God bless his heart, he was like, no, don't you say that. He's an American. He loves his family. And you know, and we're just discussing on some things that we just disagree about. Something like that. People didn't like that. People didn't like that because he didn't suck up to, you know, he didn't depict and act just like the ugly far right faces. He didn't act like that. He didn't manipulate those kind of talking points. He didn't do that. And that's why people didn't like him on the right. You know what I'm saying? So that goes for the left and the right. Bro, how many times do I got to say this? That goes for the left and the right. You can literally swap out the words that she's saying when she's saying Democrats or left, switch it with Republicans and right, and it will all make sense. Come on, guys, wake the fuck up.
Or at least an objective perspective based on multiple sources of information. But it's like, it's such a bizarre system that we have, and it's so easy to rig.
Yeah.
Because there's only two parties, and both parties are controlled by these gigantic special interest
Oh
groups.
shoot, I think that's the video must have looped way before I noticed it, but I think yeah. So the bottom line is the main information that I want you guys to get from this is that the left, well, this is my left. This is the camera left, but this is my okay. The left and the right are greedy and they're selfish and they just want to stay in power. And they don't give a damn about you. That's it. That's real simple. If you don't understand that, and if you want to be a fanboy, be like, no, Republicans, like, but back in 1930, like, bro, what are you talking about? Oh, what are you talking about? They're all greedy. They don't, what's his name with the neck fat? He don't give a damn about you. Just like Nancy Pelosi don't give a damn about me. You know what I'm saying? But I do believe that there is a few, maybe AOC. You know, sometimes she's a little finicky. I get it. Bernie Sanders. There's a few people on the left, and I'm pretty sure, I don't know everybody on the right, but I'm pretty sure there might be a couple of people that actually are genuinely thoughtful and do care about the middle class and poor people. They just have some different ways they want to accomplish that. I understand that. Let's have a conversation with those people. I'm pretty sure we can get something done, and that's what's important. But everything else is a distraction to keep them in power and to keep us fighting. You watching this, fighting me in my comment section is not going to get anything done. It's just a distraction. All right.